Hey everybody, Motorpoet59 here. All the things that are going on right now around the world, but are having a specific impact on America, you would have to provide me with some pretty compelling evidence to prove that the Democrats and the leftists who are running the Democrat Party are not trying to intentionally crash the American economy. And they're doing a really good job of it. First, I want to say, as far as the Russia-Ukraine thing, I don't believe that the United States had anything to do with making that happen. That was Putin's a nutcase. I said that in one of my videos the other day. And something like this was bound to happen. Anybody who couldn't see that something like this was bound to happen with somebody like Putin in charge wasn't paying attention to his past. That's all happening because of what's going on over there. I don't believe we had anything to do with getting that started, but I do believe that the Biden administration and the leftists handling that administration and telling them what to do and what to say are taking advantage of it to tear the American economy apart. And one of the things that I can point to that proves that is that they know inflation is out of control. It's been out of control for some time. It was out of control prior to the Russia-Ukraine issue. And rather than at least making a show of doing something to correct that, what does the Biden administration do? What is Biden telling us? First thing he told us is that, yeah, inflation's going up, but it's not going to affect the average consumer. How on earth could anyone say that with a straight face? But this is how the Democrats are. They don't have a problem looking the American people in the eye and lying to them. Not just a little white lie or something trying to cover something up, but just a blatant, bold-faced lie. It doesn't even make any sense. But what is even more disturbing is that people believe them. These mindless liberals and progressives believe them. And they continue, as I said, rather than trying to do something to ease inflation problems, they just keep doubling down. They just keep spending more money. They just keep doing things that we can't afford to do. They keep printing money that we don't have. Our dollars already buy a lot less. I went and I got groceries yesterday and I just bought a few things and it was $100. They've cost us hundreds of thousands of jobs since the Biden administration took over. And one of the things that Trump promised to do and was starting to do was bring jobs back to America. As soon as Biden was elected, he started pumping those jobs out again. He cut those jobs off. He put an end to job creation in the oil industry and the energy industry in general, except for the lies they tell about all the jobs that renewable energy is going to create, which it really isn't doing. It's not doing that. I could go on about renewable energy, but I've got some other videos, some early videos on my channel where I talk about that. You go back and look at them if you want. I have a sizable investment in the stock market. Sizable for somebody like me. I'm not a wealthy person, but I have money in the stock market, and it's just in the last 6 trading days, the market has literally crashed. It has just taken a nosedive. My portfolio is suffering greatly. My only investments that are making money right now are oil. But anyway, getting back to them trying to intentionally crash the economy, this is how socialism starts. The government allows everyone to run out of money. And then they come in and say, we'll give you money, we'll give you jobs, we'll create this, we'll create that. And people say, oh, but that's FDR, he fixed it. FDR is the closest thing that the United States ever had to a dictator. They had to write a constitutional amendment to keep presidents from running more than twice, because had Roosevelt, FDR, been a little younger when he was elected, he would never have stepped down. He would never have stepped down. Had he survived, and he was only 63 when he died, had he survived, he would have certainly ran for another term and would probably have been reelected. He was very popular because he gave the people what they thought they wanted, which in the end was really nothing. His policies worked great at the end of the Depression But during World War II, his policies were pretty much pointless because the military machine was what was creating all the jobs and all the prosperity that came after World War II really had nothing to do with any of his economic policies. They just continued to get bigger and bigger over the years and added on and piled on until they are what they are today, which is bloated, obese programs that really help no one. All they do is cost the American taxpayer a lot of money that most Americans are not qualified to receive or engage in. Historically, the cratering of a nation's economy is what has brought about changes to socialism and communism. That is what will happen in America if things don't change. But I'd like to say that the Democrats, I actually believe that this year, 2022, they'll lose the House. But as far as the presidency goes, I don't know. The Biden administration is weak and ineffective, and the leftists who are running the Democrat Party now and who are the operatives behind the Joe Biden administration are just as weak. They just don't realize it. They're powerful individuals, and it kind of brings into my buddy and I were talking about this the other day, all the conspiracy theory people and the Three Kings and the Illuminati or whatever they call them. I don't know, maybe that stuff's true. We really don't know who is running things. The George Soros crowd, we know they're deeply involved in all this. I believe they're out to destroy America as we know it. They want to bring about socialism because they have the uninformed people believing that everybody will be equal under this kinder, gentler socialism. And there's just no such thing as kinder, gentler socialism. It's either socialism or it isn't. But I do believe that the Democrats are trying to crash the economy to achieve socialism, and they may succeed if we don't start doing something. The Fed has backed off on its talk about raising the interest rate right now. I still believe that they will do that. They weren't going to raise it anyway for another couple of months, but they predicted the interest rate to go up 3 times in 2022. And I did a piece on that a while back. And they're trying to get inflation under control. I don't know, man. It's disheartening. A few of the investments I have I will probably never even break even on now. They have lost so much money, and it is a direct result of the Biden administration's mishandling of what's going on with the Russia-Ukraine thing, which I'm not going to talk about. I think I said that in my last video. I'm not going to talk about the Russia-Ukraine thing anymore unless somebody drops a nuke or a million people get killed or we attack somebody. But that is creating havoc, their mishandling of this, because nobody knows what to expect. Nobody knows what's going on. And when there is uncertainty in life, there is uncertainty in the market, and uncertainty in the market is bad for the market. So, I don't know. We'll see. What do you think? You have any investments? Are they doing poorly as mine? What do you think about the Democrats actually trying to crash the economy? Do you agree with me on that, or do you have a different view of it? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later.